I'm in New York visiting relatives before I take a trip to Russia. So I'm here for a little bit and I was going to head out to a friend's house who's having a get together for the Super Bowl, and I come upon this scene here in Jackson Heights. You see across the street it's all police cars and detective cars, all those Ford Tauruses that are double parked there. So something really big happened here. And apparently, this is about 2:30 in the afternoon on Sunday. Apparently, about an hour 45 minutes before I got here, right upstairs on the train, um, two groups of people were having some argument on the train, and it spilled out onto the station eventually, where they were fighting. And somebody pulled out a gun and killed the other guy right there on the station. So the whole station was shut down in both directions. Uh, I walked to the next station later, but I just took a look around to see what was going on here. I don't, this kind of thing doesn't really happen that often around here, but just a few years ago, one block up from this station, one avenue over on this same street, some guy got stabbed to death in front of a bodega. And I remember the police presence was here for a while. There was one of those little pods that are elevated, kind of like a elevated, almost like a hunting perch, but it's closed off or whatever, so they could kind of look down on the people who's coming and going. So here they got all the news crews interviewing some guy about what happened. So I mean, I think New York is safer than it used to be, but these kinds of things could happen pretty much anywhere. But you see, these neighborhoods are not that nice. A lot of people look at the World Trade Center and the trains and the stations and everything looks really beautiful because they spend billions of dollars, but look at what normal, regular, everyday subways look like out here, and it's pretty run down, as well as the neighborhood and everything, pretty dirty, bummy. So this is my local train station when I'm staying here. Where I'm staying is only about 4 blocks from here, so it's kind of hitting close to home, seeing this kind of stuff happen right here. Especially a murder, pretty crazy. So it's one of the reasons why I moved out of New York, and I'm happy I did. I'm happy I live in Florida, and to tell you the truth, I don't really enjoy visiting it that much anymore, except to see my family and friends. But if I didn't have that here, I doubt I would be coming to New York City very often. This station here is the 90th Street station in Jackson Heights on the 7 train, and just 3 stops from here is Citi Field, where the Mets play baseball, and across the street from Citi Field is Flushing Meadow Park, where the US Open is, where they play the tennis matches. So all of this is going on just 1.5 miles from there. So it may look nice on TV and things like that, but the reality is usually different. So to me, it's not worth it to live around here, especially it's so expensive, and it's still not very nice, as you can see, with things like this happening. Even without the murders, I mean, this area is not really that great, especially around the train area here. So that's my video of what's going on around here. I just happened to stumble upon this. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So thanks for watching.